The most powerful emperor in history had one mental trick. It kept him calm during plagues, wars, and betrayals. Silicon Valley operators pay $10,000 for coaches to teach them this exact framework. I'm giving it to you in the next 60 seconds. We're diving deep into 3 brutal Stoic weapons that will force you to rewire how you think, how you respond to pressure, and how you execute under fire. Not inspirational quotes, not mindset tips. Warfare philosophy that built the greatest empire in history, now used by billionaires and operators who actually win. These weapons come from Marcus Aurelius on the battlefield commanding armies, Seneca surviving exile and assassination plots, Epictetus who went from literal slave to the philosopher who trained Roman generals, and they still separate the top 1% from everyone else, drowning in distraction and weakness. Before we begin, I need you to do one thing. If you're done being average, if you're ready to operate like the elite instead of the masses, don't watch this like another scroll and forget video. This isn't content. This is your unfair advantage. Like this video right now, comment when something hits you in the chest. Send it to someone who's actually trying to level up, not just talk about it. And don't skip a single weapon, because missing even one could cost you control when you're about to break, could cost you the win when everyone's watching, could cost you respect in a room that matters. Let's begin. Weapon number 1, mental sovereignty. Control your mind, control your reality. Your thoughts are attacking you right now, and you don't even notice. We've been taught that thinking more means solving more. The top 1% knows different. They don't think more, they think better. They control the game instead of playing defense against their own brain. Think about your biggest win this year. Did it come when you were scattered, checking notifications every 2 minutes, letting doubt run wild? Or did it come when you locked in, shut out the noise, and operated from pure clarity? Marcus Aurelius commanded the greatest military force on earth. Enemies at every border, plague killing thousands daily, advisors plotting behind his back. He didn't spiral. He didn't let his mind create problems that didn't exist. He trained it like you'd train a guard dog. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius. That's not a journal entry. That's an instruction manual. It means this: your bank account doesn't control your mental state. Your relationship status doesn't control it. The economy doesn't control it. Your mental discipline controls it. The Stoics believed the mind is the only territory worth conquering. Society says, express every feeling, share every thought, react to everything in real time. The top 1% whispers back, guard your mind like it's worth millions. Because it is. That cold call you're avoiding. That confrontation you need to have. That project you keep putting off because it's hard. That's not discomfort. That's your mental gym. That's where operators are built while everyone else stays soft. When markets crash, when deals fall through, when people betray you, you don't flinch, because you've been strengthening your mind daily while they were strengthening their excuses. Here's what nobody tells you. Your untrained mind isn't neutral. It's actively working against you. It magnifies threats that don't exist. It replays failures on loop. It convinces you that comfort equals safety. The Stoics knew this 2,000 years ago. Your mind will destroy you if you let it lead. We avoided 5 minutes of mental training today, then wonder why we collapse under pressure tomorrow. But when you command your thoughts instead of being commanded by them, when you choose your focus like a sniper chooses targets, something shifts. You stop being a passenger in your own head. and that's when you become dangerous. From now on, treat your mind like a weapon that needs maintenance. Pick one drill today, no negotiation. 10 minutes of focused work with zero distractions. Write down your top fear and challenge every assumption behind it. Sit in silence and observe your thoughts without engaging them. Tell yourself, I am not my thoughts. I'm the one in command of them. Because you can't dominate externally until you dominate internally. Drop this in the comments. I control my mind doesn't control me. Weapon number 2, strategic detachment. Win by caring less about outcomes. This sounds backwards. It's not. It's how the elite stay unshakable while everyone else breaks under pressure. We're taught that caring more equals performing better. That passion and emotion drive results. The Stoics knew this was a trap. The more you need the outcome, the worse you perform. The more desperate you are, the more you repel what you want. Think about your best performance ever. A pitch that landed, a deal that closed, a moment where you were absolutely on. Were you tight, needy, obsessing over the result? Or were you loose, present, executing without attachment? Seneca was one of the richest men in Rome, advisor to emperors, then exiled, fortune stripped away overnight. He didn't collapse because his identity wasn't tied to outcomes. He had already trained himself to operate regardless of results. He who fears death will never do anything worthy of a man who is alive. Seneca swap death for failure, and you've got the key. Fear of the outcome kills the performance. This means you prepare like it matters. You execute like it matters. Then you detach from whether you get it or not. The Stoics believed attachment to outcomes is the root of all suffering. Modern hustle culture screams, want it more, need it more, make it your entire identity. Elite operators know, do the work, detach from the result, control what you control. That pitch you're rehearsing for the 10th time because you need it to land. That text you're analyzing because you need them to respond. That opportunity you're obsessing over because your ego needs the win. That desperation, they can smell it, and it kills your leverage. When you stop needing outcomes, when you execute from abundance instead of scarcity, when you'd be fine either way. You perform at levels that needy people can't touch. And here's the truth nobody wants to hear. Your attachment to outcomes is not ambition. It's fear pretending to drive. It makes you rigid when you need to be fluid. It makes you reactive when you need to be strategic. It hands your power to circumstances. The top 1% doesn't operate like this. They bet big, execute clean, then move on regardless. We cling to outcomes today, then wonder why we're paralyzed when stakes are high tomorrow. But when you train strategic detachment, when you divorce your identity from results, something powerful happens. You stop being easy to shake. And that makes you very difficult to beat. From now on, separate your performance from your attachment. Choose one area today to practice this. No debate. That pitch. Prepare hard, deliver cleanly, forget the outcome. That conversation. Say what needs to be said. Let them respond, however. That goal. Work toward it daily, but your worth isn't tied to hitting it. Remind yourself, I control my effort, not the outcome. And that's enough. Because winners care deeply about execution and very little about validation. Weapon number 3, reality mastery. See truth, act powerfully. Most people are living in a fantasy, and it's destroying them. We're conditioned to see reality how we want it to be. to sugarcoat, to avoid uncomfortable truths, to tell ourselves stories that feel good. The top 1% does the opposite. They see reality exactly as it is. No filter, no delusion, no cope. Think about the last time you failed at something. Did you see the signs beforehand and ignore them? Did you tell yourself it was fine when it wasn't? Did you avoid the hard truth until it was too late? Or did you face reality early, adjust fast, and save yourself from a bigger disaster? Epictetus was born a slave. He didn't pretend his situation was different. He didn't fantasize about rescue or beg for sympathy. He looked directly at his chains and asked, "What can I control here?" It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Epictetus. This isn't optimism. This is surgical realism. It means, stop lying to yourself about where you are. See your weaknesses without excuses. See opportunities without exaggeration. Then act from truth, not fantasy. The Stoics believed delusion was the enemy of power. Society encourages, stay positive, manifest, believe, and it will come. Reality masters respond, see clearly, accept fully, act decisively. That failing business you're telling yourself will turn around without real change. That toxic relationship you're pretending is fixable. That skill gap you're avoiding by blaming circumstances. That's not hope. That's self-sabotage. The longer you avoid reality, the harder it hits when it finally catches you. When you master reality, when you see situations exactly as they are, when you stop negotiating with facts, you move faster than people living in denial. And here's what separates the elite from everyone else. Reality isn't your enemy, it's your competitive advantage. While others are sugarcoating, you're adjusting. While they're coping, you're executing. While they're surprised, you already saw it coming and positioned yourself accordingly. We avoid hard truths today, then act shocked when reality doesn't care about our feelings tomorrow. But when you train yourself to see without distortion, when you face facts without flinching, something rare emerges. You become unshakable. Because you already know the truth. From now on, practice brutal honesty with yourself first. Pick one area today and remove the filter. No mercy. That project? Is it actually working? Or are you lying to yourself? That habit? Is it serving you or slowly destroying you? That relationship? Is it growth or comfortable decay? Tell yourself, I see reality as it is, not as I wish it were. And that makes me powerful, because you can't fix what you won't face. And you can't win if you're playing a game that doesn't exist. Drop this in the comments. I see the truth. I act powerfully. If you made it this far, something inside you is ready to operate differently, to leave behind the reactive, the delusional, the weak mental patterns, and step into something elite. Not perfection, power, not comfort, clarity. That's the Stoic blueprint. It doesn't offer you shortcuts or hacks. It offers you the operating system that built empires and still runs every person operating at the top 1% today. Marcus Aurelius didn't write for easy times. Seneca didn't write for comfortable people. Epictetus didn't write for those who wanted to stay average. They wrote to survive wars, exile, and slavery with their power intact. They taught that real strength isn't in what you own, where you rank, or who applauds you. It's in controlling your mind when it wants to spiral. It's in detaching from outcomes when everyone else is desperate. It's in seeing reality when the truth is brutal. You don't need permission to start. You don't need motivation to begin. You don't need the perfect moment. You just need to choose it right now. Command your thoughts like a general. Execute without attachment like a professional. See reality like a surgeon. And the most powerful part, when you live by these weapons, you become a different kind of person. Unshakable, strategic, rare, and that kind of operator. The world bends for them. Drop this in the comments. I am becoming unshakable day by day. Now, if this hits differently, if something clicked that wasn't there before, if you felt the difference between content and transformation, don't keep it to yourself. Like this video. Comment which weapon hit hardest. Share it with someone on the same path. Subscribe for more frameworks the top 1% actually use. We are building a community of operators who are done with noise and distraction and ready for clarity and power. Remember, the Stoics didn't wait for perfect conditions. They built strength in the middle of chaos. Keep showing up, keep choosing reality, and don't stop until you become elite.